I remember like my first studio session, I literally just pulled up, oh, you were a singer, oh, you rap, just that stereotype. Like, no, I produce. I didn't really let it get to me or anything. It was just a bunch of guys. I just pressed play, like, let the music speak for itself. I was always surrounded by music. I had uncles who sang, and like my brothers were in performing arts school. My mother played different instruments, and my family just come from like a lot of soul. You know, introduced me to like Quincy Jones, Prince, and Michael Jackson. Music was always around me, so I knew I wanted to be in music, but didn't really take that leap until like I figured out what I really wanted to do. Around like 15, 16, I lived in Virginia, like South Virginia. And I was heavily influenced by like Pharrell, NERD, Timberland, Missy Elliott, like she's like my idol. I just researched like, yo, like how are these sonics being created? Like this is crazy. I bought my first like MPD 16, it's a beat machine. I worked at McDonald's, so I saved my money. And yeah, I bought like a red gateway computer and called myself making beats. My process, I can't create if I don't go through something, so that's like the base. There's ideas, like there's always melodies in my head. Like I use my iPhone a lot to record like voice notes of me singing, and I'll like go back to it, or making like a beat pattern or something, like if I'm in the car. I try to get out my ideas every day, and then I just take it to the studio and build it out. I'm sorry, guys. That bass. You want me to let it rock?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I try to like tell stories with my production. So like for Janae, she's perfect because her whole album was a story. It was a movie. Like her whole like trip album was an experience for her. Like she traveled to like different islands to write certain songs. The record I produced, Overstimulated, that took forever. We kept going back and finishing the record. She has her different melodies and harmonies and stuff, and then she takes her time with writing. And you know, I don't like to rush. I feel like the greatest records are, you take your time, you know? I take my time with my music. I have the opportunity to work with a lot of producers. Building the relationship is most important versus like trying to like take like technical stuff. Like it's literally a relationship, so that's what we built. The time I met No ID, it was my first LA trip. Two of my friends knew Big Sean, and we were just going to his house studio just to play him tracks, so I was already nervous. We were waiting in the lobby area. They finished and walked out, you know, No ID, so I'm already having like a fan moment, like, yo, like this is the GOAT. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So my friends, you know, introduced me, and he was like, oh, you're a female producer, okay. What do you use? I'm like, I use Logic, and he was like, oh, you need to use Ableton. I was like, okay. That right there was just like, ah. I think he hit my friends and we're like, yo, who's that? I wanna hear more of her music, I wanna learn more. And, you know, I kept going back to LA and sitting in his sessions, and we literally like continued to build that relationship. Crystal Caines is the homie, like literally, like, you know, we collab with each other a lot, even just through life, like we're friends first, so I guess that's what makes our relationship awesome. It's like, yo, we navigate through the game together in a sense. We bounce ideas off each other, advice and stuff. I produced like on her like early like mixtapes and stuff. There aren't many female producers. There's a small group of us. It's not really competition in my eyes. It's more so that, you know, yeah, we have different career paths, but it's like we support each other. I really just want to show women like they don't have to oversell themselves. They don't have to be overly sexual, or, you know, just do what you want. Like, just be yourself, be your most authentic self. I think that's important when building your career. Like, try to be your most authentic self. Like, that's what's gonna sell, and people are gonna latch onto you and love you just who you are. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention that. I met Ye. Sorry.
Wait, you have to tell the story.
And he had a show in DC, you just pull up, like, so the show was crazy. You saw the show, did you see the show? Like, who has a floating stage where everyone's like raging? So like, after the show, we just went backstage and like, dog, like I think he was like venting about like a bunch of stuff. Like he talks a lot. But yo, like this moment, sorry, I'm just having a little fan moment. I hear a lot of horror stories with like my producer friends, like not being credited, not being paid for their tracks. Like it's a problem, it's still a problem today. I don't know why like producers are like on the short end of the stick. Like these artists get these crazy budgets and like, I just was like, man, we have to do something. Pay Us Today is a movement, a collective. First it was just apparel and stuff, pay the creatives, pay the producers, but we're expanding it into like an educational platform for other producers and creatives in general. I'm really like interested in like the educational side. Like I really want to get into workshops, and I recently did a panel at the NOM conference with Women's Audio Mission, which is a nonprofit organization out of San Francisco who caters to female engineers and female producers. I just want to help. I want to use my voice. So any chance that I get, like I hope to touch somebody. Like I feel like that's my purpose. If I inspire one person, I've done my job. Like the money, all of that is like last. Like I think my purpose in life is to inspire.